Well, good evening, folks. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend, and we're back with another live stream. We're going to be doing them as often as I can, which I think will be every Sunday night for the foreseeable future. And we'll be doing product launches and talking with company owners. And if we're not going to do that, we'll do a little karaoke. But tonight we're going to be sharing with you guys Voodoo Menscraft. They've got a new blend out, they got a new scent out, and we're going to be talking with one of the owners, Alex, here. So let's go ahead and welcome him in. Good evening, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
Oh man, it's great having you on here. So I know you've been in the bearded community for a while, even before you got involved with Voodoo Menscraft, right?
That is correct. Yes.
All right, cool. So we're going to be getting into all of that. And I knew that when I saw that you were starting to mix your own scents, I knew I was going to like them because I'd seen your reviews and realized that we had similar taste and scent profile. So I knew it was going to be a good match for what I like. And I'm going to be sharing some of that with you guys as the evening goes on here. Thank you, folks. I see a lot of folks in here. We're up to 14 people and 10 likes. So if you don't mind hitting that like button. And if you wouldn't mind sharing the stream out on Instagram, if you are somebody that does that, I would appreciate it. I know Alex would as well, because we've got a special deal for you tonight. And we're also going to be doing a pretty big giveaway that I won't mention exactly what the details are on it right this minute, but it's a significant giveaway we'll be doing here in a little bit. So let's see if we can get some more folks in here to spread the good word. And you can see the code right above my head is a discount code. It is not an affiliate code, but it is Banjo15. And you can use that anytime for 15% off. But now through midnight, the code's going to be worth 20%. And Alex said he's already got that set up. So make sure you do that here. Oh, Chris said he was wearing Praya today. I wore that this morning
Yes.
myself. That's a really good scent. I was a little bit sad that it went away so quick. Maybe it didn't go away quick, but we'll have to talk about that because I have a feeling that you have, you got your work cut out for you, figuring out how many runs to make and how much to make and when to take a scent down and when to put a scent up. That you need to, you need to be putting up new stuff. But then again, if you take away, if it gets too busy, it's hard to keep up with. So I know that's probably
Correct. Yeah.
one of the things you're trying to figure out a little bit here as you go and get your feet wet.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's always a challenge, when it comes to new products launching and stuff, and hoping that I make the right decisions and that everybody likes the blends and all that. So it's always a lot of pressure, but I enjoy. That's one of the things that if you enjoy what you do, it's done. Like it's something that I will always enjoy doing is blending different type of scents and creating uh, new products for people.
Awesome. And I see I got Andrew's been a channel member here for 6 months. I didn't even realize I had channel
Oh, nice.
memberships up for 6 months. I appreciate you, Andrew. And I saw a few other ones in here too. E's a channel member, and Miss Ellie, and some other folks here. I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat. You guys are pretty busy in there. We're up to 21 folks here. So channel memberships are either $1.99 or $4.99 a month. That just helps me out to keep presentations like this going and as high as quality as I can make. I like messing around with the technology here and my graphics and all of that stuff. And I know you guys appreciate it when I put the graphics up and, scent profiles and some of those kind of things.
Absolutely.
So, Alex, why don't you give us a little background on whatever you want to about who Alex is, where you're from, any of the background that you want to, and then kind of your bearded journey prior to getting acquainted with Voodoo Menscraft and getting involved with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So before, I started on this venue, um, I was a reviewer. I used to do reviews on my Instagram, and and to the point that I did over 60 reviews for 50 plus different companies. And something that I really enjoy was connecting with the people that were following me. So I follow me on Instagram and commenting and then asking questions about different companies. Hey, have you tried this? And I was always giving them my honest feedback, what I thought about the products, and even if it was good or bad, I would say, hey, something that might not work for me, it could work for you. So I was always asking, or not asking, but answering all the questions that they will ask. So that's how I started my journey. And before that, actually, my brother was the one that got me into the beer world. Uh, I remember that I was using, oh man, what is this company called? Beer Guys.
Mm-hmm.
And when I just started growing my beard, and something was off, it was not working like it should. And my wife got me a butter and an oil, I believe it was a serum or something like that.
Beer, yeah, I
And
remember the serum. I think I used their wash or conditioner, and it was okay, but I never tried any of the other stuff.
I don't recommend it at all. But it just seemed to not work, and my beard was always like itchy, and and I was always trimming it until my brother, one time he was, he started growing his beard, and said, "Hey, I have a discount code for beer octane." And I said, "Yeah, let me try it. I've had bad experiences before, and I really want something that will work because I want to grow it out." And the first ever beer oil that I tried was the barbershop from Beer Octane. And right after that, it was, that rabbit hole of trying, hundreds, of products, to the point that my wife was asking me, isn't it enough having, 50 to 100 bottles in your shelf? But yeah, right after that, I started meeting owners and, different companies, which led me to Jeremy at Voodoo Menscraft. And that was when, I started reviewing for his for the company. And that's how we met, by me doing reviews. And I believe I did reviews for him for like maybe like a year and a half, until he got really busy with the company, with his job and school, and him, being a college student as well. Of course, he was just so busy, which he said he decided to pull the plug on the company. And I don't know, I just had a really soft spot for the company, and I said, "Hey, is there anything that you can do to, for the company to still run, so it doesn't go away?" And that's when we came together into an agreement, and I bought the company from him. And with the idea for him to stay behind, and said that he wanted to help me out with all the artwork. And I was blown away because that right there is just it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you that I spent maybe like, oh my gosh, like hours, messing around with the website, and think, how does he do this, and how does he do that, and it was hard. So I was very glad that he said that he wanted to stay behind. He wanted to stay behind curtains, not talking to people like that, because he was so busy, and he wanted to do what he enjoyed doing, which was the artwork.
That's
So
great. You already have your artist on retainer now. So
absolutely, I'm always gonna be blessed, with the help that I get with the website. So everything you guys see on the website, that's Jeremy's work. Everything, all the artwork, the banners and etc. That's all him.
that's very cool that you were able to figure out how to make that work together, because it always amazed me how few companies that have multiple owners, how to make that work. But I mean, he does his artwork, and you kind of handle all of the products and the business and the shipping end of it, I guess.
Correct. Yeah. So he lives all the way in California, and I'm here in Virginia. So whenever I would say off, I'm sleeping, he takes over for customer
Oh,
service.
that's cool. So he still
So
does some of that stuff as well.
exactly, yeah. So it's definitely a huge help. Always going to be a huge help. And he loves it too. That's one of the things that I wanted, for him to enjoy what he does, and he definitely does.
Cool. So we're going to get into the products and the different options for your blends now, for the oils and all of that, and the prices. But if you've never tried it, to me the scents are so good. They are complex, but they're not overly complex. There's not a whole lot of like foodie stuff in here. There's not a whole lot of like spices in here, They're pretty safe blends in that a lot of them are more, just got a little bit of sophistication, more towards a cologne mixed in with some other things. It's got some sweetness to it for a lot of them. And they just really suit my fancy very much. So if you guys have not tried some of these scents, I'll be telling you which ones that I like in just a minute. But really quickly, we'll do the prices and then we can get into your blends and you can talk about the new one that you got. So your prices, oil $17.99. That's for either of the two blends. There's an Emu blend and then there's a new blend that's got a special ingredient in it, special oil we're going to be breaking down. Your butter is $15.99 for a 1 ounce. You started to add in some body sprays and some of these scents, so $16.99 for that. Your wash or conditioner is $15.99, and then some handmade soaps as well, which are $6.99, and they work very well. Is it goat's milk on that one? If I remember that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and
it is. Yep,
they work well too if you're into the handmade soaps on that. Did I get everything correct on there?
that is correct. Yes.
All right, cool. By the way, guys, so my Banjo 15 code will save you 20% from now until midnight. So get your cart ready here as we go and see what jumps out at you, and then you can make your order here after the stream if you want. All right. So you make everything in-house except for the wash and conditioner. Am I right on that?
That is correct. Yes, everything is made in house, and then the our washing conditioner is made in the lab.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you have water-based ingredients because you have to worry about the preservatives and all of that stuff in it. So let's talk about the blends.
Correct.
I love the Emu blend that you had originally and you still have it. I'm glad you did not take it down because I love Emu and ostrich blends. They work really well for my skin. But so you got a 50% Emu blend and then the rest of it is sweet almond, apricot kernel, avocado, and vitamin E. Works super well for me. And I know a lot of other people said that it works well for them. But I have a feeling that I don't know the pushback on that, but I always get pushback whenever I review something that's emu or ostrich. Somebody will say something about, the bird blends and some of that stuff. And I respect that as well for them to say it. I don't
Correct.
take it down or anything like that. But was that I don't know if you got feedback or you just wanted on your own to come up with something that was a non-bird blend or what? Tell us how that other blend came about here.
All right. So yes, I started getting a lot of feedback with the emu, and I wanted to have an alternative for vegetarians. I know that we have worked with a barbershop in California that used to buy from us all the time, and then when we swapped to the emu, he said, I'm sorry, but all of our customers here, including us, are vegetarians, so we cannot make business anymore. So that was a bummer because it's a very known barbershop in California. So that's one of the things that led me into doing an optional blend, which was not the non-bird blend. And here and there, I'll be getting feedback on Instagram. People are asking, hey, do you have something that is not emu? And I will say, yeah, I do, but I just don't want to give you a bottle that is just going to have a label. It didn't look professional at all.
Right.
So that's why I started, researching about different carriers, and I just didn't want something that just to be put together, like let me just throw, jojoba oil and let's call it quits. I just wanted something that was gonna stand out for those people that didn't want the emu as called as an exotic carrier. Until I landed into the Kakai, which it blew my mind away.
So let's talk about that. So you got Kakai, which I have seen in like one other oil that I've tried from a different company, and then sweet almond, apricot kernel, and avocado, and it's 50% Kakai. So you were doing the research here, and you shared a slide with me that we're going to go over some of the breakdown of the Kakai oil. And I'll just let you take it from here once we put it over here there. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about Kakai and why you chose it. And I'll kind of scroll through here as we need to.
Okay, so while I was doing my research, through websites and trying to figure out what carrier I was going to use, I stumbled across Kakai and started looking at all the benefits, the shelf life, which for me was really important. I know there's a lot of people that collect products, and having a short shelf life could be could be bad for them. So I wanted something that will be, the realms of 2 or 3 years with the shelf life, and something that will stand out, of course. And I don't know if you noticed, but I took vitamin E from this blend because Kakai has tremendous amount of vitamin E, and you don't need any extras. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that, but this blend does not have any vitamin E.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was typing it up.
And
I thought everything was going to be same, and you were just replacing emu with the Kakai 50%. But I saw that, and then it says here on your slide that it's got more vitamin E than argan oil already. So I guess you don't need it.
correct, yes. And also, doing more research, I know that emu oil has 20% of linoleic acid, which is the omega 6, uh, versus the Kakai, which has 75% omega 6, which was extremely high. And it's not until you start researching and studying the carrier that you know that there's so many carriers out there that are very beneficial and great, for your skin and hair. So I'm glad that I found this one and that it has worked great. How is the blend on you, by the way?
It works great. It works great. I don't know if I don't like one blend necessarily more than the other, so that's a good thing. So for me, that you've just given everybody an option. So whichever one that they like, so they can try out both, or if they're not into the emu blends, then they can try out the other. Pretty clear now. The new scent is a little more orange than
Yeah,
the Pride that I got. So I'm having a feeling it's because of the scent in it, but very clear on the
correct. Yeah,
one I got. And it's a medium oil, guys. It's pretty much the same viscosity as the emu blend. Pretty close, wouldn't you say?
yeah. It's I will say it's a light to medium,
Yeah, it might be on
but
the
yes,
lighter
you
side
can
of
see that.
medium.
Correct. That you can see it's very clear, and it's just I don't know, but I don't feel any grease at all after I
No,
apply it.
it does absorb
Even
pretty
the
quickly.
yes, very quickly. That's one of the things that I really liked when I was doing the testing and all that. That as soon as I applied it,
But it does work for all day, right? Sometimes you get like a thinner oil
correct,
that absorbs quickly, but then it doesn't last and keep your beard, conditioned all day. But this one does.
moisturized.
Yeah, I would say it's a good 8 hours at least.
Correct, and that's why it was important for me to leave the avocado, because the avocado will absorb a little slower than any other oil. So
Very nice. All right. So there's a little bit about the blend. If you guys have any questions for Alex here as we go, I'm trying to keep my eyeballs on it. So somebody asked why the change. Well, it wasn't a change, it was an addition, right? So you still have both options available. And Jason wants to know when
correct,
the
yes.
Kakai blend will be available on all scents. Right now, it's available on the new scent. And then was there any other ones you can get it in currently?
Yes, right now it will be available on Tobacco Dreaming
Okay. I remember I saw another one.
as
So
of now, and then any other limited that I'll be launching, and I'll say in about 2 weeks, every single one will have the Kakai blend, and then it slowly all the main catalog will change, not change, but it will have the option like a tab to choose between Emu or Kakai.
gotcha. Cool. So let's talk about the new scent that you have available, and then we'll go through some of the other scents, and then we'll be doing a giveaway here pretty soon, guys. So make sure you get your devices ready. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't tried commenting. I think I got on the subscriber mode only. So so we got a new scent, and it is for the fall, right? It's like you're out at the campsite here. The artwork looks great on it, and it's called Marshmallow Out. Where'd you come up with that name for
That was actually Jeremy.
it? Okay, very nice.
He, I told him that I wanted to experiment with a marshmallow kind of cologne scent. And he's like, "What do you think of this?" And he showed me the art. And I'm like, that's awesome. That was pretty fast. Um, and knowing myself, I didn't want to bring something that was foodie, desserty. I wanted to make something that will be enjoyable and to cut down the sweetness. And I gotta say, this one was actually one of the hardest one that I've created. I would say it took me about maybe 7 to 8 tries to get that sweetness down. Because the marshmallow can be really sweet. So I thought about adding some of the birch wood that made it like outdoorsy as well, and I really enjoyed it. And once I put that in, I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. And then of course having that spice note and cologne-ness of the tobacco, vanilla of Tom Ford tobacco vanilla. And yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so there we go, guys. There's the profile. It's roasted marshmallows, smoky vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, birchwood, and then your Tom Ford tobacco vanilla cologne mixed in with it. And that's pretty much what you get out of it. I mean, you get all of that. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And once the initial sweetness kind of goes away, you do get more of the birchwood and then the tobacco, a little more depth to it and it's kind of hiding in the background when you get that first blast of marshmallow and vanilla stuff. But it does mellow out, it kind of marshmallows out, and then it does mellow out after that. And turns into very nice, very nice. That it's not too overly foody, and then it's got a little more sophistication on the end, which almost all of your scents are like that. And someone asked me a question. Nicholas Z asked me the scent of cacao, if I could pick it out. I can't smell it because I didn't get an unscented. If it had an unscented in it, I could tell you if I smell anything. But just when the scent wears out on the 2 scents that I have in the cacao blend, I cannot smell anything different. Maybe, and Alex, you can talk about that. Does the cacao by itself have a strong odor one way or the other? I wouldn't think it would, as clear as
No,
it is.
yeah, no odor at all. Even when I've tried it, the unscented oil and then the butter as well, and I could smell a little bit of the shea on the butter, but nothing from the cacao or any carrier. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like the smell of unscented stuff a lot of times. Not if it's a really bad shea, I don't. But in the oils and stuff, I like the little, just a little bit of that nuttiness. I like those
Yeah,
kind of natural scents myself.
yeah, absolutely. I don't have any issues at all with. But I know that actually my wife has jojoba oil by itself, like it's unscented for hair, and it does have that strong nutty scent. So I know exactly what he's talking about. But no, cacao has no odor at all.
Has Corey tried it? He says Marsh is on fire 100%.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, he's definitely tried it.
And Jay
He's
says
he's one of the VIPs.
we got a double fire here. Nice, nice. And is this a
Yeah.
limited set? Like how many? Did I see something about sold out? What's going on with this?
The box, it's definitely sold out. The Kakai side is sold out, so all I have now is Emu. Um, Unfortunately, well, I could say fortunately because it was a hit with the Kakai, but now I only have 7 left of the Emu.
I think you're gonna have to start making more stuff.
I think so. I thought about getting more labels for the Kakai, and I kind of want to do it 50-50 because I wasn't sure. Um, and man, it's just blew everybody's mind, and everybody wanted the Kakai instead.
Well, you've
uh,
got enough momentum going that I can already tell that when you come out with your new scent, basically you're doing a new scent a month for the box. Is that correct?
I'm doing 2 cents a month.
Okay, that's a lot of scents. I have a feeling you're going to have to make more of all of them than you think because your stuff is really gaining some momentum because it's already September. It's only the 11th and you're already out pretty much. So
Yeah, so the scent released 2 days ago. So yeah, between the ambassadors and the VIP, which can get a hold of it like a week or two before. Um, I'm beginning to think that yes, I'm gonna have to be getting more labels for it too.
yeah, you're going to have to double up, I think.
Yeah.
Mando says you need to keep it around. I could at least see keeping it through for a few months. So I wouldn't think another run would hurt anything. You could be able to get. Yeah, sorry guys if something's glitching on your end. Hopefully it smooths out. Keep me updated here on that. I apologize. Hopefully it's a YouTube thing and not a me thing. I've got really good internet these days. Usually don't have any issues. But let's talk about some other scents. I saw another one that looked kind of far out here. This Moon Rocks. You're getting funky fresh on us here, Alex, with the Moon Rocks.
Yeah, so with that one, that was, all Jeremy's idea. He wanted to bring something, retro, and he wanted to try something with cannabis flower. And of course, I said, I'm down with it. I definitely I want to try it out. So this one definitely has cannabis flower fragrance on it, as well as other goodies in there. With I know a lot of people got I guess scared with the fern and fresh hay. That's at the beginning, but it's just it transforms into this like fall scent, and then with the cannabis flower in the back, it just binds it together. It's a really pleasant scent that I was surprised. My brother's actually very picky with scents, and this is one of his favorites.
Nice. Yeah, I like the hay, and I like anything with amber. And I know you like using amber a lot, and that's a good way to get a nice smooth sweetness to it without having to for it to be overboard. So it keeps everything from being way too earthy that you might get from a fern
Correct.
or a hay or a cannabis kind of stuff.
That is correct. Yes.
All right.
But yes, that was that's something that we wanted to bring retro.
And how long is this one going to stay around? Is this a monthly scent?
No, yes, that one will be, I believe, will be the 23rd will be gone.
Okay. So this stuff comes and goes,
If
guys. So
I'm
you want to
getting
make
that
sure
correct.
you're following the website and following Voodoo Menscraft on Instagram if you are Instagrammer. If not, you're just going to have to check this website all the time, I guess. Do you do like a newsletter or something for people who've ordered?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So it
Yes,
makes
we do. And also, yeah, one of the things that the reasons, that I do limited is because sometimes I bring it into the main lineup, and after it's been there, it doesn't move like it should. I know that there's a lot of requests for other scents to stay on the main catalog, and then once they stay, is everybody ghosts the scent. So
Yeah, I've heard that from
um,
other owners too. People just like beg them and beg them to bring back something or to keep it around, and then it never sells. So you know what sells, so you've got to make the best decisions that you can. That's got to
correct.
be a
So
lot to
that's
keep up with doing 2 cents a month.
well, right now I'm actually very ahead of the scent. So I'm working on my third Halloween scent, and the first one hasn't even come out. So one of the things that helped me out a lot is because I do this full time. I have all the time in the world now
Oh,
to
so you do this full time? I did not
research and
realize
start
that.
blending. I do, yes, I do it
Oh,
full time now.
well, congratulations, and I'm sure that's scary too. But congratulations on that.
Yes, it was at the beginning. Trust me, at the beginning was very scary. Leaving the job for many years, and having your income, of course, set up for the month or every other week. So yes, it was a scary move, but I knew that it was in my heart that I had to do it.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck to you guys. Once again, guys, my Banjo 15 code will get you 20% off from now till midnight. So hopefully you're checking out these scents and which ones you might like here as we go. And let's see what we got next. We're just going to go through them one at a time. We've got some time here. We'll maybe do our giveaway here in about 10 more minutes or so. So don't go anywhere. I've got to get to my favorite one so far. So we got the Mad Scientist, which is blueberry cobbler, red cedar, and caramelized tobacco leaf. Man, that one sounds good. I tend to like blackberry more than blueberry. I don't know. It seems more sophisticated in scents, but I trust how you make sense. I already know that whatever you do is going to work for me probably. Anything you want to say about the old mad scientist?
Yeah, so that was I wanted to bring something fun to the main catalog. And Jeremy was like, "Hey, I have an idea with this crazy looking dude." And he sent me the artwork, and I was like, you know what? I know exactly what to do. Being blue, I wanted to have like not orange. I'm sorry, a blueberry scent, and again, knowing me, I knew I wasn't gonna just leave it as blueberry because I don't like sweet stuff and desserty stuff. So I had to put red cedar
Mm,
on it. It's
I
something
love
that
red cedar.
cuts all the sweetness. And then yeah, red cedar is like I don't know, it's got like this muskiness, something that really cuts down on the sweetness, and it was so good. And then it's got hints of the tobacco leaf with caramelized tobacco leaf, which just brings the scent together. And this one was definitely a hit. That's why I put in the main catalog.
Awesome. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, I heard some good things about the Zen Warrior as well.
Zen Warrior, yeah, that's a special for me. The story about this one was that this was actually my collaboration with Jeremy years back when when we made a collab together. I wanted something for nighttime, something for us to come home, relax. This one was changed a little bit, from the old version, and I knew I wanted chai tea, vanilla, chamomile, peppermint, something that will just put you to sleep.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good one. Guys in the chat, let me know if the YouTube is still glitching, if I'm still glitching or not. And I would appreciate that just so I'll know. Yeah, it definitely sounds unique. Some companies have had some stuff similar, but a lot of companies don't go that direction, right? They'll do a lavender kind of scent, but that's pretty much it. So this one definitely's got some cool stuff in it. All
Yeah,
right.
one of the things that helped me out with this one was that I used to work for Starbucks,
Oh,
and having
you know, with the chai
and
tea
having all
latte.
those. Exactly, yeah. So it kind of helped me out, with the scent profile.
And Andrew, thanks for letting me know that everything's working on your end. By the way, if you want to do your own
Perfect.
collaboration, that is a possibility as well. Alex, you want to talk a little bit about how that process works for you?
Yeah, so we do custom scents. So anybody can go into the custom section, and
Create your own.
yes, and pick any scents that they will think that will be a good match, and then just leave it to me, to do the blending. And it could be any scent. Their price just for me to go out of my way and buy the fragrances that I need, and then to make the scent if I don't have it on hand, of course. And anything is possible. I know that a lot of people ask me, "Hey, what scents do you do?" I'm like, any scent that you can think of. Anything that pops into your brain, and you need help, blending, or what will go good with it. I will definitely help you out.
Awesome. We didn't talk about the butters. The butters work very well. Now it was emu butter, but now there's no emu in your butter. You're going straight with Kakai for all your butters. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. And to me, it worked pretty much the same. Could you tell a whole lot of difference between them?
Yeah, but I didn't see that much difference. For me, I've been using the unscented one, and it was. I don't want to say it's the best thing. It was just I would say maybe a tiny little bit of difference with my beer in the morning. But other than that, the smoothness, everything stayed pretty much the same. So I wouldn't call it superior butter.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to have that on the blend.
So Jason wants to know, is the gold tier custom available yet?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Jason, go for it. All right, cool. So I wanted to mention that while people were talking about some of the other stuff here. We got a few more scents to talk about in your main lineup. What we got next?
Let's go for it.
We've got the bartender. This is your bourbon scent. How boozy is that? That's what everybody always wants to know.
Yeah, it's got some booze in it, but again, it's well blended with the amber oud, the geranium on it. It just cuts down, I guess, and it just makes this like I will say maybe a sweet, earthy, boozy scent with some spice in the background. And I really enjoy it. And the story about this one was that my dad was a bartender on his 20s and 30s. He used to work for a cruise line, and he used to show us all these pictures with him in a bow tie, and doing all juggling with the stuff, and hence the bartender. So that's why I
Awesome.
wanted to bring something on his honor, of course.
Cool. So we're going to go through one more scent, and I know he's got more, but then we're going to do our giveaway because we're going to give away something cool here in just a minute. We're up to 26 folks, so make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, all of that cool stuff, and we'll do our giveaway here in a minute. But I want to go over my favorite scent, and that is Corleone. Oh my goodness, is this a good scent? This is right up my alley. When I saw patchouli, I think I'm out, but it's not really patchouli like you think it's patchouli. It is not, because I don't like patchouli, but it's patchouli cedar, which is a little different. So you get cedar, oud, grapefruit, cocoa butter, cashmere, and this is a smooth, little bit sweet, a touch of sweetness to it, cologne type of scent, and I absolutely love it. I would definitely put it in top
Thank you.
10 of any scent I've ever tried from any company. And I've tried probably close to 1,000 at this point after doing all these reviews for 5 years. Super, super good scent. Really like it. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you get any of the grapefruit in it?
I get a little bit because I love
Okay.
grapefruit. To me, that's the most sophisticated citrus scent that there is on it. I get a little bit of it, but you basically just get a nice, smooth
Yep.
scent, and that I really like. What's the story behind this one?
That one was Jeremy. When he brought me the artwork, we wanted to bring something from the mafia. Kind of like what they will wear. And before it was transitioned to the emu, it was actually, oh my, I knew I was gonna forget. It was a cologne that we used before, and it was okay. But then when we moved to the emu, I said, I want to reconstruct the scent and make it better. So that's why I chose what I did, and man, he came out just like I would expect it. Just like you expect a Dawn will wear.
Is super good. And E said he heard cologne. Is this your kind of scent? Yes. And in fact, uh,
Yes,
Alex does not like the foodie scents either. So most of these
yeah,
scents
I
that
don't.
I get they all have that little bit more sophistication on the end. They finish smooth, more like a cologne than anything else I would compare it to. They're not, nothing's really very overly spicy. Nothing's overly foodie. The marshmallow one may not be for you because you do get that to start with, but everything else that I've
Yeah,
tried is definitely something I think you would like. Would you agree with that, Alex?
absolutely. Yes, this one we consider a dark cologne type.
Hmm.
And yes, when I bring something, I will say I know fall for me is hard because a lot of things in fall is sweet. So I've been having a lot of challenges, for me to kind of create a blend to cut down on the sweetness. But yes, if you guys know me, and now that you guys know is I don't go for sweet scents at all.
Awesome. And people are saying how much they like the 300 profile. I mean, just about every scent that you've made, people are clamor about that they liked it. So I do think that you are already at the top tier about mixing scents. I just love how you're doing it. At least for me, I think you are. You're doing a
Thank you,
great
thank you,
job with your blends. I know a lot of folks would agree too,
thank you.
because some of these guys out here have tried just as much stuff as I have. I think you're doing an awesome job. But I wanted to show you one thing here because it's actually what we're going to be giving away here. But if you go to shop, if you want to try Voodoo Menscraft for the first time, if you'll go to, it's not sample pack, is it? Is it where do I go? Maybe the beard box. Yeah, if you go to beard box,
Then
there's a
for the trio, yes.
trio beard oil. All right. And that is $52.99. You can get 20% off between now and midnight with the code BANJO15. Otherwise, you can always get 15% off. But that's what we're going to be giving away tonight, isn't it? A trio beard box.
That is correct. Yes.
All right. So the trio beard box, you get to select, the different choices here. So basically any 3 cents that he has currently available, you can put it in the box, and then it will be yours to take home. I highly recommend the Corleone, and then we'll talk about some other ones in a minute. There's another one that I really like as well. I think 2 of these scents are going to make my top scents of the year video.
Oh man.
Yep, I can already tell you. So anyway, we're going to be doing a giveaway here, so make sure you got your fingers ready. And we're just going to do a random number generator here. We're up to 37 people in here, man. They're coming out for you here, Alex. Are you excited?
Very excited.
I don't
yes.
hear the little cash register going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching in the background like I do with some owners when they're on. They got that set up. But we've got 34 people in here. So we're going to be doing a random number generator. So wait until I tell you what the numbers are, and then you can go. But we do stuff just slightly differently because I don't know if you were like me when I used to enter giveaways. I would always be a little bit slow, and somebody else would have the same number and they would pick it faster. So here's the way we do this. If you're the only person to pick the right number, you win. If more than one person happens to get the right number, doesn't matter if it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, all pick the right number. We're going with the second person on my screen to get the right number. Just in case somebody's got a little slower internet, just something to be a little bit different, okay? So I want to make sure everybody knows the rules there to start with. And we will go the numbers 50 through 65. 50 through 65, you can go ahead and put in your number. We'll see if anybody gets the right number and who the winner is going to be. And yeah, do make sure you hit the like button. We're giving away a trio, which is a huge giveaway.
Yes, and I just wanted to say that this is actually compliments of one of my ambassadors. He collected enough, loyalty points that he just said to me, hey, let's just do a giveaway. So he's doing this.
Awesome. So
And I
thank you for that. And who was that? We need to say who your ambassador was for that. Is it Johnny Bones?
I think I see him as Johnny Bones, correct?
Okay. Yeah, so Johnny Bones is doing this, sponsoring this giveaway with his loyalty points. By the way, when you order, make sure you set up a loyalty program account so you can collect points as well, so you can be qualified for some stuff here. All right, so if you haven't guessed, we're going the numbers 50 through 65 for a oil box trio. And then we'll finish going through the scents so you can see what you want to put in there. So I saw lots of numbers coming through, so we'll see if anybody won.
Mm-hmm.
I do see the winning number, and I see the winning number multiple times. So we're going with the second person with the winning number, and that winning number is 62. And I see Darren Mays for the second person who got 62, and that's who we are going with. Congratulations.
Nice.
Do you know Darren?
No, I do not. I don't believe I've seen him.
All right. So we'll make sure you guys get hooked up here. Darren, congratulations. Are you on Instagram? Are you following Voodoo Menscraft on Instagram? We'll see.
If you are, just send me a message.
Yeah. And if not, we'll get you the email address here. I guess the contact person was here. You can use the contact page. So we'll see if he comes back in on that. So congrats to Darren.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I know. Lots of people came out for that. So we're going to talk about some more scents here in just a second, or anything else, Alex, you want to talk about. Feel free to jump in there with some other thing. But I thought since not everybody in here's tried Voodoo Menscraft and know what you've got currently available, I thought it was good just to kind of walk through your scents. And there's just a few more to go through. I know 2 of your top sellers here, the next 2 coming up as well. All right, good. So Darren said he is on Instagram, so he's going to reach out to you, and that'll be
perfect.
Awesome. Cool. So I know a lot of guys like the tobacco scents, and I know you do as well. So this one's Tobacco Dreaming. Is this one? I would have to think this is one of your top sellers. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
And
Yes,
this is the
tobacco
one you
dreaming.
can, this is the other one that you can now get into Kakai blend. So this one's been switched over and you've got the option of your two blend oils here. So you can get the Emu blend or the Kakai blend right here on your drop down menu. And this one is a lot of different types of tobacco here. Tobacco bay leaf, which has got that little bit of bite to it, the little bit of the herbs and stuff in it with a bay leaf. And then oud tobacco, that's a little more smoother, a nice pipe tobacco,
Yeah.
sweet tobacco. And then the Cuban tobacco has got that little bit of kind of peppery bite to it. It's a little bit of smoked leather and smoked vanilla. And this is just a good all around tobacco scent. It is tobacco forward, but it's not punch you in the face kind of straight up earthy tobacco. It definitely has some smoothness with it, with the vanilla and that kind of stuff. Not overly smoky. I see a couple things that are smoked, but it's not overly smoky or overly any one thing. But it is tobacco forward with some sweetness blended together. Alex, what do you want to say about that tobacco dreaming?
Yeah, so definitely I wanted to bring something fresh, not not overly uh, powerful with the tobacco scent. So that's why we got the bay leaf forward, and then of course the tobacco oud, just like you said, to smooth it out. And I guess a lot of people get scared with the leather in there, but this is just
It's
the
not a leather
hints.
scent.
Correct. Yeah, it's you can barely pick it up, and sometimes at the beginning it didn't at all. It will just round up the scent nicely.
Yeah, I've seen some owners that if it's something way in the background, they don't even list it. So
Yeah.
because you're really complex anyway. I guess it's more of an idea of what you were going for on it. But I can see
Right.
doing it both ways because you get a whole lot of stuff and you read all that and you're like, well, it doesn't really smell like some of these things that are listed. So I guess it's a little bit of a quandary there. But I saw some questions here. And then I saw somebody already answered one. So how does the apple bourbon butterscotch soap smell? That sounds amazing. And Johnny Bones said that one smells great. It's nice and smooth on that. Will Kraken come back at some point? New blend upgrade, limited something or another? Jason wants to know.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a hard one, Jason. I you know I don't want to mess up on the blend. I know that I have a few fragrances that I got for the Kraken. If you guys don't know, that was a collaboration Jeremy did in the past with. I don't want to get into it, but it's somebody that passed away in the community, and it's very special. So I really want to take my time and come up with the right profile for it. But yes, that's a good question, and eventually, hopefully, sooner rather than later, we'll bring it out.
All right. So I saw somebody say something about the barbershop. Jeff Rice says he had the original barbershop and now it's time to try the new one. So was there a different kind of barbershop before?
Yes. So before, Voodoo Menscraft was a dropship company.
Oh, okay.
Meaning that people will make the blends and all that. So it was completely different now with the Emu. For the people that have it on the old blend, that's a different dapper. This is a completely new dapper.
Yes, and it is. And I'm going to drop something on you here, Alex and Jeff, here in the chat. This is my favorite barbershop I've ever tried.
Awesome to hear.
It is super good because if you get it's got the one that's got the lemon and the vetiver. So it's got that little bit of like old school barbershop aftershave kind of bite to it. But then it
Yeah.
also has the amber oud that you like putting in stuff. Alex, me and you were like this. I love that. So that smooths it out. And that cashmere and cedar, the cashmere cedar, and oh my goodness. That's my favorite
Thank you.
barbershop.
Thank
So
you.
if you guys like the nice clean scents, but still nice and smooth, that is the perfect barbershop Mr. Dapper right there. And it sounds like I'm like hyping this up. And I'm really being serious, guys. Hopefully you guys know I'm not one to hype up a lot of stuff. I think a lot of you guys trust my opinion on things. But these two scents right here, guys, are two of the best scents I've tried. Corleone and Mr. Dapper. Those are my two
Thank you.
suggestions. So well done, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Dapper, I will say that I definitely got inspired with one of my ambassadors. He was throwing me a lot of different profiles for a barbershop. And, in one of them, it had the cashmere cedar on it. And I said, I really wanted to try that blend. Uh, I think at first, Jason, I think, I think at first I had too much lemon on the profile, which I had to reconstruct the profile, and which I changed it to the black pepper that you see on the beginning of the profile. Which unfortunately now the black pepper that was on the one that you have, Brian, that's a
Hmm.
different one that I have now. It changed slightly, but it's still definitely in a really good scent. I'm not gonna say it's just the same because the fragrance was discontinued. It was a specific, essential black pepper oil that I was using, and I don't know where, they just said, oh, it's been discontinued. So I had to, do a lot of research to the point that I almost took this one out until, I try, I want to say maybe three or four different black peppers, and it came to this one, and it's just, it's almost as good as the one that you have.
Well, I'm glad you found a suitable replacement. And Ellie, I'm like you. I'm not the biggest barbershop fan, and I love this scent. I think I like Corleone a little bit better because it's a little more unique. But if I wanted to go, okay, I don't want the cologne kind of vibe. I want more of a clean cut kind of vibe. I'd go with Mr. Dapper
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, the artwork looks killer on this one too. It's clean, but then you got the skull, and I mean, it looks wonderful. It looks wonderful.
thank you, thank you. I know a lot of people say, hey, what happened to the beard of that guy?
It got shaved down to the skull. So Jeff says barbershops are his favorite. So if you're a barbershop connoisseur, I want to hear your take on this one, Jeff. I really would. Let us know what you think of it. I know I love it. All right, we got a few more here, and then we'll wrap it up. So we've got the unscented, and so just one more here, which is Lazy Bones. So that was a
Yeah,
tropical one here. I haven't tried that one. So that one sounds too fruity for you, Alex. Sounds too fruity for me too. But you got the sweet tobacco would help a little bit. But it's fresh strawberries, bay rum, mango, and papaya.
correct. So, when I first launched the emu line, this was the very first one that I created, I want to say around the end of February of this year. And I wanted to have something just for the season, just for the spring and summer. And I landed with this one. And yes, the tobacco plays a big role because it just cuts down on the sweetness, and it just creates this tropical tobacco-y scent. It's really good.
Awesome. So those are the scents that are currently available. Those first couple, and it's usually the first ones at the top when you go to the oils, right? The first couple are usually the ones that say new. Those are the ones that are the kind of the new ones, the monthly scents that may or may not stay around depending.
Yeah. So once I get a lot of demand, on different limited, I will definitely make the big effort to put in the main lineup. Um,
Gotcha. I see some guys asking about when is the switch coming on these two that I like here, the Corleone and the Mr. Dapper. When will do you have a timetable for when those will be available in the new blend as well as the emu?
yes, I want to say it's coming next Monday, the 19th. We'll be having those labels, and again, it will be slowly transitioning. I'll be getting all those labels slowly. But yes, all the new limited, will have the option, and of course, Corleone and Mr. Dapper will be coming up soon.
Gotcha. And don't forget, there is a new frosted mist. So that is like your body spray stuff. So right now you've got it in the Tobacco Dreaming and then the Moon Rocks and the Marshmallow Out. Is there a timetable for coming out with the Corleone and the Mr. Dapper and that? Because those would be awesome. Give you a little squirt, squirt.
Yes, that'll be next Monday as well. We'll be having Corleone and Mr. Dapper, which will stay on the lineup for the Frosted Mist.
Awesome. Cool, guys. So let us know if there's any more questions. You guys have done a good job of kind of keeping the chat hopping here. And I know you said you got a little something else in the works. You wanted to give a little sneak peek at maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. So all I can show you guys is this right now.
It
It
looks
will be our
amazing
first.
already. I'm just kidding. That now that would be hyping it up if I said that.
It will be our first Halloween scent, and it will be coming in this shiny looking black bottle. So stay tuned for that. I know that a few ambassadors have it on their way, and a few VIPs have it
Hello,
on
young
their way
lady.
as well.
Who's your friend there?
This is my daughter.
What's
Say
her name?
hi.
Hi. What's your name?
And asking your name. Her name is Lexi.
Hey, Lexi. Good to meet you. We're just about done with Daddy. We'll give him back. Jason had a good question. How's the scent duration on the frosted mist?
That's a good one. So I know that the ones that I've tried so far, which is the main top sellers like Tobacco Dreaming, Corleone, and Mr. Dapper, they're really up there, just like the oil. I know I wanted to bring something very safe for the skin, so it definitely has the nice mixture of ingredients for it to stick around in your skin, but they smell great, just like the oil. So they will linger around. I would say 4 to 6 hours at least.
Got you. Do you have any more long-term plans you want to share with us? Like I would love to see like candle and wax melts in the Corleone and the Mr. Dapper. I want that spray too. I want to spray it all over my bathroom.
Yeah, so I definitely want to experience with the wax melts, of course, and something else, along the lines with, I kind of want to be the one-stop shop, right? I
Right.
know a lot of companies do the same thing, where they start bringing like hydration mist and leave-in conditioner and all that, but we'll see how it goes. I definitely want to be different, but at the same time, having that one-stop shop for you guys. So
Awesome. Well, you're doing a great job already. So, and you've got great scents and great feeling products. I love both blends
thank
of
you,
the oil and love the butter works well too. And I'll be looking forward to trying some more stuff in the future. Guys, let us know if you have
thank
any
you.
final questions here, and then we're going to close it out. We're right at an hour, and it turned out very nice. Alex, it's been a pleasure having you on, getting to talk to you a little more in person. Well, not in person,
Absolutely.
but instead of the DMs, right?
Yes, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to spray. I don't have a cat, Russ, but I got a dog. I'll spray her with Mr. Dapper. Everything gets Mr. Dapper and Corleone everywhere. We'll just go from one room to the next. We'll switch every room. That sounds good to me. So, guys, be on the lookout for the new Kakai, blends coming in all of the oils here over the next few weeks, and also we got the new scents you've got coming. You said you had 3 Halloween scents coming.
That is correct. Yes, it'll be three. Believe.
Awesome.
It might be something else in there too, but can't really say.
Yeah, so that's going to definitely be an active website, an active company here with a lot of new stuff to try all the time. And I know sometimes we can get burnt out on that when you have so much stuff kind of coming. But you said you're ahead of the game and you've got it all planned out and all of
Yes.
that. And we wish you the best of luck now that you're doing this full time. Kind of takes on a different
Thank you
meaning,
so
right?
much.
It's a labor of love, but still, you got to really think about all of the business end of that as well.
That is correct. Yes, like I said at the beginning, it was scary, but once if you love what you do, it just flows like water, and it's enjoyable. Like I made the big transition from working as a pest control technician to this. You will think, oh wow, that's a big change.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sure the lab smells better than the pest control truck.
Oh man.
Let's see. We have one more question here. Is the butter in the sample box Kakai or is it the emu?
It will be the Kakai.
Okay, so everything's switched
Yes,
over
all
now.
everything switched over the Kakai blend on the butters. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so there is a sample box you can get. And is it 2 cents you get to pick?
Yes, 2 cents. It's got a full 1 ounce, void butter, and it has 1 ounce of the washing conditioner.
Awesome. I'll show that really quickly here. So here is the sample. You get to pick 2 cents. And then you got a wash and conditioner and a 1 ounce butter for $24.99. Or if you want, you guys can use the code BANJO15 for 15% all the time. But if you can place your order tonight before midnight, you can get 20% off. Appreciate you doing that, Alex, and appreciate Mr. Johnny Bones there doing the awesome giveaway. I had a good turnout for that as well. I think I hear the orders coming in already, Alex. Is that what I heard? The cha-ching, cha-chings. Anyway, we're going to leave you
I
guys. Go ahead.
I said, and I definitely saw a few. Uh, what do you say?
Notifications.
I saw something coming notification on my phone, so it might be the ching sound.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. We're going to keep them busy, make them work. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of the night, rest of the weekend, and we'll be back next Sunday. And I don't know if I'll be with a company or I'll be singing, but I'll be doing one or the other next Sunday at 7. And we'll see you guys. And Alex, hang on. I'll talk to you in a minute behind the scenes here.
Thank you.